With barely 2 years to the 2024 general elections, civil society organizations are determined to get political parties to address the challenges confronting the nation through the drafting of workable manifestos. Coordinator of CASA Initiative Ghana, Jonathan Goka, explains that from their initial interactions, Galamsey will be a prominent issue going into the 2024 elections.
Galamsey has been the leading issue over the years because it affects all the sectors that we work in. So it's a major concern to civil society organizations in the natural resource sector. And the recent revelations regarding what is happening in the sector makes it sad. So it is very topical in our list of things we want to engage the political parties on, especially how to go about solving this Galamsey issue, because it forms the basis of our survival. Because the Galamsey issue affects water, it affects land, it affects agriculture, and it affects even the air we breathe. So how do we propose solutions per all the sectors we work in to make sure the sector becomes sustainable? Because it looks like our future doesn't have anything to rely on. If we don't step in now, our children will be at the losing end.
He says the fight against Galamsey must be an all-inclusive one if we are to win.
Especially looking at the economic benefit that government is also looking at, as well as granting licenses to prospective miners and all that. The environmental aspect of mining, how are we addressing some of these situations? And I think we are not working together. Yeah, government is working in isolation, looking at only the economic benefits. Communities are suffering the environmental effects of mining. What are the government agencies doing to alleviate the plight of the people, especially in the resource communities? There is an existing framework called the NREC framework that government signed on since 2010. That has not been implemented. I'm sure the roadmap in that document, when followed, at least wouldn't have been where we are now.
Jonathan Goka explains that CSOs are determined to ensure the 2024 electioneering campaigns are done on the real issues that confront Ghanaians.
So we've realized over the years that the manifestos, especially of the political parties, has issues regarding the sectors we work in. But there has not been any form of engagement with the civil societies to make clear input into such presentations in the manifestos. So we are trying to be proactive this time around, document our issues, and get ready to engage the political parties once they move into full gear to developing these manifestos. So we realize there is a gap in terms of civil society participation and formulation of such policies in the natural resource sector as enshrined in the party manifestos. So we want it to be an informed position on the sector whilst we move into the manifesto drafting process.
The convener for the Fisheries Alliance Ghana, Kwadwo Cheyamwa, a facilitator for the round of engagement amongst the CSOs, explained that Ghanaians are not happy with how parties draft their manifestos and want a change.
Looking at the manifestos, they've realized that a lot of the provisions are not clear-cut, so people are unable to hold the politicians accountable. So they want clear-cut solutions that I'll do A, B, C, D with timelines, so that these can be tracked during the term of office. So that is one of the few things. The other point is that people want to see a lot of transparency. They want to see transformation of the economy to the extent that they can feel it in their pockets and in their lives. So if we don't have practical provisions in the manifesto that addresses these, then there's a disconnect, and that is where we want to fill in the gap.
The CSOs say they will engage the political parties as the next phase of the process to ensure that they develop their manifestos based on the civil society manifesto, since it captures exactly what citizens' needs are. But the question remains, will the political parties adopt this manifesto? Time will tell. For Joy News, Samuel Kojo Brace.